Hey guys, so in the last video we left off in the nucleus, so if you guys did not check it out, do check it out. So today in our is biology lecture we are going to cover the endoplasmic reticulum. So today the lecture will be on ER, which stands for endoplasmic, oh my gosh, endoplasmic reticulum. I know, I really like that name. Anyway, so as you know, I think most of you guys may know it. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the other one is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which are abbreviated as RER and SER. So basically the rough endoplasmic reticulum are the ones which have ribosomes attached to it. Okay, so this one easier way to think about it, as I mentioned in an earlier video, is that ribosomes make the surface rough. Okay, the surface, the smoothness of this, the smoothness texture of the surface is no longer maintained because of the ribosomes, and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not have ribosomes attached to it. And the main function of rough endoplasmic reticulum, since it has ribosomes, so we know it's protein synthesis. Okay, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum has several kind of functions. So it can make lipids and steroids such as cholesterols and reproductive hormones such as estrogen and testosterone. Okay, so we are going to talk about these things in detail. So let's at first label the structures in this cell which I've drawn. So you may remember this diagram from last video which I made on the nucleus. So easily we can understand these rough texture surfaces which has like this small circular structure, ribosomes attached to them. These ones are called the rough endoplasmic reticulum because it has ribosomes which makes the surface rough, and these ones which does not have any ribosomes attached to them is called the smooth ER or smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So one important thing which you have to notice is that this endoplasmic reticulum is actually continuous with the nuclear envelope. So this is our nuclear envelope, these ones. So these ones are the nuclear envelopes. So these are the nuclear envelopes which you can see here. So these are the nuclear envelope. So these endoplasmic reticulums are actually continuous with these nuclear envelopes, as you can see. Okay, so that's one thing which we may know, an interesting thing. So yeah, so these rough endoplasmic these endoplasmic reticulums are actually continuous with the nuclear envelope. Okay, so I've written something there from the last video. Anyways, so let's just talk about in details about the structures right now. So we saw the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Let's talk about their functions. So at first we have the rough ER. So as you have seen, the rough ER has ribosomes attached to it. So the main function of this rough endoplasmic reticulum is obviously protein synthesis. Okay, and one more important thing which I forgot to mention is that this endoplasmic reticulum, these are very small structures and we can only see this structure under an electron microscope. Okay, an electron microscope is required to actually see these structures because they are very small structures inside the cell, so they are not usually or typically visible with the help of a light microscope. So we need an electron microscope because electron microscope has a very good resolution of 0.5 nanometers, whereas light microscope has a resolution of 200 nanometers. So since this has a better resolution, this is because of the wavelength of light, which is 400 nanometers. So I'm going to describe these microscopy things in detail in another video. I'll try my best to do it. So yeah, so light microscope has a poorer resolution compared to an electron microscope, so we can only see these structures can only be distinguished and visible through an electron microscope. Also you can get a higher magnification, so actually you can see them much more clearly. Okay, and another thing is that these foldings or these parts of the endoplasmic reticulum, these folding parts or these compartments, flattened compartments or sac-like structure of the endoplasmic reticulums are also called the cisternae. Okay, so these sac-like enfolded kind of structure are called the cisternae. So sometimes some questions does ask for it, so yeah, I'm mentioning them as well. So okay, so now let's continue. So mainly rough endoplasmic reticulum, we need to know about protein synthesis. We are going to talk about this protein synthesis in detail when we talk about the central dogma of biology: transcription, translation, replication, and all those things. Okay, now let's shift our attention to the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, as I mentioned, the main function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is actually synthesis of lipids and steroids. Okay, and this can include cholesterol, CHLO. I think, what's the spelling? Sorry, I think it's CHOLES. Yep, I think that's the spelling of cholesterol. Yep. So yeah, so it's responsible for synthesis of lipids and steroids such as cholesterol, hormones such as estrogen or estrogen, whatever you pronounce. So that's sexual hormone required in the menstrual cycle of women. So yeah, that hormone is also synthesized in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And another important factor of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is that it actually stores calcium. Okay, it is required for the storage of calcium. Okay, as a result, this smooth endoplasmic reticulum can be seen in many amounts, right? Abundant in the muscle cells, abundant in our muscle cells, where actually calcium is used up for muscle contraction. Okay, so for muscle contraction, calcium is used up. So as a result, these smooth endoplasmic reticulum are often found in huge amounts in the muscle cells. Okay, also another thing is that in the liver, the SER, or the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, can be used for drug metabolization. Okay, so these are the basic functions of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So if we just recap, then we saw that there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: the rough ones and the smooth one. The rough one has ribosomes, or small round structures or spherical shaped structure attached to them. And the main function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum was protein synthesis. Then we talk about the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the main function is the synthesis of lipids and steroids such as cholesterol and reproductive hormones such as estrogen, and often it also actually synthesizes testosterone. So that's also a sexual hormone in males. Okay, then also we talked about the smooth endoplasmic reticulum are found abundant in the muscle cells, are also sometimes found in the liver. In the muscle cells, it's used for the storage of calcium ions, and this calcium is actually used for these calcium ions are actually used for the muscular contractions. And the other thing we talked about is that in liver, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum also helps in drug metabolization. So these are the basic discussion on the two endoplasmic reticulums. The next videos I'll talk about the other organelles in details. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.